And we are live. Hello, 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 hello. So hi. So this is my first time of using StreamYard. So not first time actually. I've used it a few times, but anyway, not really um not really a StreamYard person, not yet, but we intend to be. I think I would like to go live also on Instagram. So if you just give me a moment, I am going to see if I can do that. Just so that I can also have a second. If you want to see me looking nice, then go and watch me on Instagram. It has all the filters. So welcome to um, first edition or the first day of Writers Live. There's a bit of a mix up. We said we are going to be doing it every time at 8 o'clock. Then we said we would do it at 7, but then we had already scheduled today for 8 o'clock. So we said let's go ahead and do today at 8 o'clock. But next week Tuesday and for the next 12 Tuesdays, this one inclusive, it's going to be at 7 o'clock. So I am saying hello to people. So hi to those that have joined, and thank you for joining me for the writers room. So my name is Eme Basi. I am the founder, CEO of Storytellers and Changemakers, which is a network as well as a podcast, and who knows what else is going to be. A couple of years ago, we ran a writers room. I joined a colleague or friend of mine, my business bestie, DK. So she used to run co-working every day with her team of social media managers, virtual assistants, and I used to go every Tuesday to teach them about copywriting, email marketing, and that's what we call the writers room. So this year we've been thinking about it for a while, and here I am to do writers room, but this time I'm doing it live, and um, and so here we are. So the theme of this writers room, the whole thing, is going to be becoming the storyteller for your business. So becoming the storyteller for your business. And I'm going to talk about storytelling. I'm going to teach you about storytelling and how to do it well, how to use it to sell, and all that kind of thing. And I'm also going to the writers' room. We're also going to talk about email marketing. So email marketing and storytelling, but in a way separate, but with the email marketing, once you know the storytelling, it applies to the email marketing. But let's talk about storytelling because storytelling in the online space is not only email marketing. You are a storyteller on many other platforms. So I decided today that instead of sharing slides, I wanted to just have a heart to heart talk. And I'm going to keep my eye on the time. I'm going to keep it as short as possible, but I think we will be done in about 25 minutes. Um, so if you have your notebook and pen, that'll be good. I have mine here. Yeah, I have mine here today. So just take some notes. I'll tell you some words to write down and some notes to take down, because today we're just talking face to face. Next week, I will be sharing some slides and all that kind of thing. Um, so, Linda, I hope you've helped me to share to my personal profile because I know that there's some people that I would like to um, catch this. So, becoming the storyteller for your business. Today we're going to, like I said, start with why. Why storytelling? And just before we came online, I started making some notes, and I was like, okay, so why me? Why you? Why this? Why now? Why now? Why do we have to pay attention to storytelling? So I will just keep an eye on my own notes here. Right. Instead of looking at my face, let me look at my notes. So, start with why. So, let's start with why me. Why me is because I came across storytelling probably in 2015 as a concept, as something that you can use in your marketing, in creating your website. And the first my first contact with it was with Donald Miller's class, or the story brand class. So since I seem to be that kind of person who gets very obsessive about learning things, I have set out obviously to learn everything I can about storytelling, how to do it, why it matters, and that's what I've done over the years. I've learned from loads of people, so there's so many great people. And in one of our sessions, I will actually share some resources, some courses, some books, and all that kind of thing if you want to become a better storyteller, that you can use. So that is how I came to incorporate storytelling into what I was doing, which was really just the technical side of digital marketing, websites, and emails, and flyers, and you know copywriting, and captions, and social media management, and all that kind of thing. You know, so so why storytelling? There is yesterday I mentioned that there I have a favorite saying where tech, tools, and tactics will get you noticed, they will get your attention, but stories will make you unforgettable. Stories would make you unignorable. So the thing is, before thousands of years ago, before the beginning of, let me say, since the beginning of time, stories have been part of our um, culture, our respective cultures. It's been part of our humanness. We use stories to interpret the world around us. We wrap things that we see and hear around stories. We teach our children through stories. We pass on information through stories. So stories have always existed. You know, stories are, like I said, they are infinitely human. They are part of, it's almost like part of our DNA. Stories are part of our DNA. There's a story around most of everything that we have to, of the way that we understand the world, of the things that, make us move. Um, I'm a Christian, so once in a while I might go and talk about something in the Bible if it is relevant, but stories help to build the way we see the world. It helps to build belief. Now, the Bible says that um, faith comes by hearing, and if you are a Bible scholar, you would realize that a lot of the teachings of Jesus were through stories. And I like to think that when he was teaching through stories, he was trying to bring things down to the level of the people. So he would say maybe like, oh, a man went on a journey, or let's say he would say something like, if you had 100 sheep and one got lost, would you not go and um leave the 99 and go after the one? And because why he would tell that story is because he's talking about something that people are used to. They know it's like something that makes sense to them. So that was, he used stories to teach people. So stories are um, like, there's another saying that says, he who tells the stories rules the world. And we have many great storytellers that we can think about. I think of Obama. Obama is a wonderful storyteller, and he used stories to capture the hearts of people, to create that movement that, what was it that he used to say? What was his thing? Something about change, or I don't know. Anyway, let's not. I can't remember. Make things happen, or let's change, or something like that. But he's a storyteller. Michelle Obama is a storyteller. Steve Jobs is a great storyteller. We have so many of them. If by the time we've gone through this, by the time you watch a movie, or you look around at the people that you pay attention to, you find out that a lot of them are great storytellers. So that is my story of how I became obsessed with storytelling. I believe it's something that everybody should learn more about. So why you? So you this this these sessions are for you if you are somebody who has something to sell or something to say, especially in the online space. So if you have a message that you want people to gather around, if you have a product that you're trying to sell, a course, if you have a service that you want to provide to people, you need to be, you need to tell the story that will gather people around your product, your service, your message. And these are the things that stories do. Stories help you to get attention. Stories help you to build trust. Stories help you to build loyalty. Stories are sticky. So stories are something that if there's a story, if you're able to create a story for your business in a way that people can understand it, it's very easy for you to for the story to spread, because the story sticks. And when it sticks, it then is easy for somebody to pass on to the next people. So in that sense, stories can bring virality, that word of mouth, passing on information from one to the other. Stories can help you to influence. Stories can help you to persuade. Stories can help you to engage. Stories are, they make you, unforgettable. They make you unignorable, and that is why you need to be the storyteller for your business. Because whether your business is selling books or cars, or whether your business is selling food, you need to learn to tell the stories that are going to get you that attention, that are going to get people to buy into what you are, to make people to believe in what you are doing, to make people to bring out their wallet and put down their money, to make people to tell other people about you. So that is why your business already has a story. Um, you need to learn what that story is, discover that story, create that story, tell that story in as many ways as you can. So that is why we need stories. The third reason, and I say why this, is that stories are algorithm proof. So you don't need to try and trick the algorithm, or try and say, "Oh, I'm going to post 20 times a day." Once, that's why some things go viral, because once there's a story, it kind of surpasses everything else. So there's stories is like adding fuel to your to adding like petrol to your barbecue. It makes what is already there to really spread, to really to become more what's that word, more visible, more relatable, more tangible to people, something that people can actually wrap their head around. That is what stories help you to do. And as a business owner, you need to know that you cannot just simply be saying, "Oh, buy my thing, buy my thing, buy my thing, buy my thing. Here it is. Come to this, come to my event, buy my thing." There has to be a story, and that story has to. Um, Another thing about stories, which I was going to say, is stories are things that stories enable the person that's listening to participate. So my favorite movie or my favorite TV series, probably of all time, don't quote me, but one of my favorite TV series is called The Unit, and it is about Navy SEALs, and there's a lot of there's drama, there's it's like The Unit. It's probably like 15 years ago when The Unit was on TV, but it's there's drama, there's action, there is you know people jumping off buildings, speeding cars, explosions. So I tend to like those kind of movies. In fact, my husband doesn't even understand why I like those. I like all those kind of movies. Like, for instance, now I can't wait to go and see Mission Impossible. I didn't plan to, but I found that I have actually watched every Mission Impossible. I wouldn't say, oh, I'm a Mission Impossible fan, but I just happen to have watched every Mission Impossible and every Iron Man and every Jason Bourne movie. So I am so I was asking myself the other day, I said, what is it about these movies that, that I like? Because obviously you can see me, I'm not, I'm built for comfort, not for speed, as they say. So I'm not a James Bond girl, I'm not a fitness fanatic. I'm not a adrenaline junkie. I don't think so. So but what is it about those stories that I like? And I thought about it and I was like, these stories are usually about um, somebody who is on a mission, and sometimes it's like they're the underdog, or the mission is something that is impossible. Yeah, so it's like they're on a mission. They're trying to do something that that probably not everybody wants to or is able to do. So they are the man with the plan. They are the ones that have the training and all that. So I realized that some of the values that those kind of Navy SEAL and action films and all that kind of thing, where somebody comes to save the day and all that, and somebody who pushes against all odds and that kind of thing. That those are values that are important to me, and that when I watch those stories, I become invested because it's something. It is those are things that are the values or the under the moral of the story is something that is important to me. So that is just an example of what a story can do. A story can helps people to participate because once you are telling a story, you know, it's different from trying to sell something to somebody. If you're trying to sell something or make somebody do something or force somebody to do something instead of persuading them or influencing them, once you do that, people's guards come up. They become blind to what you are trying to say. Oh, I'm the best. I'm the best in the industry. We're the greatest. We're the first of this thing. All those kind of adverts and things like that. And those hype kind of things. But once you tell a story, people's guards come down. So once their guard comes down and they now become invested, they are following the story. That is what makes stories so powerful as a way to persuade, to get attention. Like I said, trust, loyalty, attention, virality, influence, persuasion, engagement. Making you unforgettable. So this is just something that you need to remember, especially if you're a small business, if you and you don't have like a big budget or whatever. If you take the time and the trouble to create a story or to tell stories, you know, and kind of like it can be one story, it can be several stories, it can be a story in a story, it can be a series of stories. You know, I was sharing something the other day, and the person was talking about how Friends, the comedy program, is each each episode is its own episode, but then there's usually a story that's weaving through the whole season, and then one season leads to another, that kind of thing. So those are the that's the power of storytelling. You know, so obviously, why now? Because why now is now more than ever, people need people need to be able to learn how to connect to people with stories. One, because people are craving connection. Two, because there's so many distractions around. There's so very many. So many distractions. I was talking to somebody yesterday, and I was like saying, at the moment, I'm reading probably like 4 books. I'm doing like 2 courses because I'm always learning. Um, um, I have a couple of website projects I'm working on, and and then of course you're trying to also run your home and cook your food and look after the kids, keep everybody alive and well, you know. So and then of course if you open your computer or sorry your phone, you know, you find like nowadays YouTube is even the one that really gets to me because 1 minute you're trying to watch a video on YouTube, the next minute you are going to YouTube Shorts, then you forget that you're on YouTube Shorts. In fact, you start wondering, am I inside Instagram or am I inside TikTok or what's going on? You know, because all of a sudden you find yourself into down that rabbit hole that you were trying to avoid by trying to avoid going on TikTok. So anyway, I hope that made sense to somebody. But basically, there's so many distractions, so many things competing for our attention. So because of that, it's getting very noisy out there, and you can find yourself getting so busy and getting, doing all the things that you think you're supposed to do, but then you're not getting the attention you want because because there's no story, there's nothing that people can come back to come and say, oh, hey, so what was that thing that you were talking about? So what happened next? So what became of this or what became of that? So that is why we need stories now, why we need to tell stories now. Storytelling can be done on different platforms. Um, on the writer's room, we're going to concentrate on writing at some point. Like I said, this writer's room is running for the next 12 weeks, today included. Going to talk about half of it is going to be about storytelling, the structure of stories, how to tell a story, how to use a story to sell rather, and just generally some hacks and some, frameworks and that kind of thing. I would be sharing all those with you, how to introduce yourself to the world, the different types of stories to tell, the best books, like I said, that can make you, cookbooks and courses that will make you a better storyteller, what platforms to tell your stories on, how to sell storytelling. Then we're going to then also talk about email marketing. I like email marketing because email marketing is, to me, email marketing is the place where you close. So email marketing is the place where you close your sales. Email marketing is the place where people prefer to buy. Email marketing is something that's just about every kind of business. And I think that's probably the reason why these two things are so important to me because those are two things that just about every single business on earth can use. Every single business can tell stories. Every single business can use email marketing as a way to close their customers. There's some businesses that can do without a website. There's some businesses that can do without TikTok, but email marketing and storytelling are two things that any business, just about any business, can actually, that would make just about any business better. Any business gets more attention, more customers, more sales, more loyalty, more trust. That's what when they talk about no like and trust. This is what this is about. So that is me for today, I believe. Was there anything else I wanted to? Does anybody have any questions or any comments? I am looking on Instagram now. So thank you, Kathy, and thank you, Nafisa, Akindele. Hi for and thanks for joining. So next week we're going to talk about. I know I might change my mind, but next week we're going to talk about finding your voice online. So that would really be talking about the kind of stories that the kind of what platforms that you want to tell your stories on. Like I said, we are talking about becoming the storyteller for your business. And basically, your business has a story. You need to just find that story and tell those stories, or find those stories, tell those stories, so that people can, you know, give you their loyalty and their money. So that is it for today. Yeah, that's it for today. Welcome to the writers room. Um, Next week I will be sharing with slides, and I will also probably have one or two quick writing exercises that we can go through. Anybody can do this. I never used to consider myself a good storyteller, but um I find that it's something that you can learn. So you can get better, you can become interesting, you can become funny, you can become many things, with the storytelling. You can have a voice, and you can have your voice to, to be heard without you having to shout or make noise or dance on the internet, or try and be to do bad girl or bad boy, or controversial things just to get attention, because you will just be the news story of the day, and then after that people will move on. But then if you're able to tell the story of what you do, who you are, who you serve, and take people on a journey with you, then you are going to find that your business will grow. It's a valuable skill to have, and it is very easy to learn. And over the next few weeks, I will be doing my best to show you as much as I can. I do have one other um, ulterior motive for running this writers room. This writers room was initially created for social media managers and for virtual assistants. And I'm looking for the people that are going to be my the people that I can work with, who want to actually start or have a career in storytelling, email marketing. So if you go through this, you're going to get the basics of how to be a good email copywriter. So you get and then of course that is those are the people that I am hoping to work with in future. So that is two for one. Get some free information, and then also you get the training that you might use to be able to start a career of your own and earn money of your own by helping other people tell their stories. So that is me again. I say thank you, and hopefully next week will be as short as this. But yeah, thank you so much, and see you next week Tuesday. It's going to be at 7 p.m. 7 p.m., same time, same place. No, well, not same time, obviously. Same place. Find me online and have a wonderful evening. Bye.